Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the REDX Podcast. I am so excited that you're here. We have Yisroel Weiss with us. Welcome, Yisroel.
Yes, welcome. How are you doing? Thank you for bringing me up.
Of course. We're excited to have you today. We're going to be talking about your team today because we recently released REDX Teams and Yisroel has been on REDX Teams with his team. And so, Yisroel, I just kind of wanted to ask you some questions about your journey into real estate and your journey of building a team and how that has been with prospecting and keeping your team accountable and all that stuff. So we can get into that. But before we get kind of into the nitty gritty, Yisroel, will you just give us a little brief intro for those that don't know you?
Yes, hi all. Thanks again for bringing me up. It'll be a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
I'm also watching always the REDX podcast. It gives me a lot of opportunity. I'm always here to listen for new ideas, new things. Everybody, when you watch a training for an hour, you get one idea and you can make $20,000-$30,000 out of it. So it's always worth to learn. So basically, my name is Yisroel Weiss. I'm located in Rockland County, New York. I'm the business for around before COVID, right before COVID. I went into the business, so it's a pretty tough time when everything shut off. I went to company Exit Realty Venture in Orange County, and they had a good training system. I came in as a new agent, and actually one of my main things is I start just whatever my boss, my broker told me to do, I just did. Without questions. You got to call, you got a door knock, you got to call as per influence. I just go with like straightforward, whatever it takes to do. And then thanks God, now it's 5 years later. So basically, I was an exit for 4 years. I was a number one for 4 years in a row in the company. Even my first year, I did for 9 months till I make my first deal. But after this 9 months, things my pipeline started to open and I started to get listings like boom, boom, boom.
Amazing.
The first 9 months was very, very hard. I didn't get any deal, any side jobs I didn't have. I just prospecting, calling, trying, making deals, and trying to show for buyers, sellers. But till one seller, signed me the listing agreement, and the rest was history.
It just takes that first one, Yeah.
And then the rest. Time was nine months. I tell always for agents, you got to be ready to work 9 months without making $1.
Yeah. I think that's true because people get into the business and they're like, oh, wait, where's all of the listings? I thought, it was going to be easy, but no, you got to put in the work. Tell me, did you call expireds for sell by owners? Like, who did you call at the beginning?
So beginning, I called, I think I signed up with REDX. One of my first philosophies is that I was sitting with a new agent. Everybody told me when I'm going to make a deal, I'm going to start buying this program. I told them, I look at my doctor. He was in college for 20 years, going to a hospital for 10 years for free. He spent 30 years of his life. That means money plus life. And after 30 years, when he's doing a surgery, he's getting $100,000 out of the business, how much they're making, right? So I tell from my college and the work. So you gotta basically just don't spend $1. You want to make $10,000. It doesn't work that way. You got to spend money, make money. That was my philosophy always. I think I right away signed up with a CRM program. Then I signed up with REDX to able to get calls. I started doing expireds, FISBOs, geo leads, whatever it was in my broker set me to do. I just did. Like
you're like a dream student. You were just like, tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Right. No questions.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. So then you started seeing success after that. Tell me what led you to wanting to start a team.
So it's a good question. So I was always dreaming of have big dreams. Actually, when I did get my first check, I put away a portion of money to save up to have a secretary. Was one of my dreams and business plans. So it's also when I first got like $20,000 saved up over there. I got my first admin in there. She's still here for full time. We have now 2 in my team, but that was my dream. My dream is always to get big. I will be able to have more help. So I'll be prospecting, doing listing presentations, and that's where I make my money. So I was thinking of growing. It comes to a point when I got so many listings and I couldn't be able to, especially when after COVID, 2023 and 22, when the market was crazy, bidding wars was going on.
Right.
Like I list a property, we get 30 buyers, and I couldn't even handle them. But then I decided I need to get some help. So I was still in my old company. I hired agent. We did a split, and we need to give for the main company of me. The split didn't even make sense, but he didn't make a lot of money because of the bidding war situation. But after the market was slowing down, he didn't like it. He went out of whatever. He didn't want to work, whatever. He went a regular job. He didn't.
Oh, really? He left real estate.
He left me. It was very hard for me. Finally, I trained someone. But then
I know. I can't imagine. That stinks.
trained someone special. He didn't make a lot of money. I think it was he walked away like for 6-7 months with $100,000 in his pocket because it was so easy to make money back after COVID.
Yeah.
But listen, he left the business. I couldn't do nothing. So then I was myself for quite a bit of while. Still, since someone approached me that I should. I was a little tired hiring again, training, leaving my company. But after a while, said, listen, if you want to grow your business, you got to do it again. That's the goal to make money, you know.
Yeah.
So I hired someone else. He's now 2 years with my team. He's very, very successful. He's also doing calling, whatever. Like I say, he's like my student. What I say, you got to calls. You got to previews, showings. Just he's a go-getter. So now, whatever. So then I started building my team, and after we were both successful, it comes to a point that my split with my other company didn't make sense, and anything that I want to do, for example, improving something, any programs, I need to ask my broker, and I want to be. I like to be myself. I want to do something. I want to do it. I want to help my sellers make more money. You know.
Yeah.
So then I decided, after going back and forth, I couldn't come to agreement with my. Actually, I'm really thankful to my old company. They really helped my business, but it comes to a point that I want to make my own decisions. I really want to focus on my sellers to make the most money in their pocket. So I went out, I took my broker's license, and I opened up my own company. It's still, I'm not like a broker company. I'm more like a team, but I have my own broker license. That's Team Realty LLC. So we have now 3 team members, 2 admins, and basically everybody is doing their jobs, whatever it takes.
Nice. So it's you, 2 admins, you said, and then is it another agent?
3 agents. We got 3 now.
Oh, you have 3 agents. Okay.
3
so including you, it's 4?
4, yes.
Okay.
Small family.
Okay. So tell me a little bit what are some of the things that you struggled with? I mean, you told me a little bit about that first person that you brought on and they left the business and that was a struggle.
People is very, very hard.
Yeah. Like tell me a little bit more about the challenges of starting a team and bringing on people and needing to catch them or get them up to speed and stuff like that. Talk to me about that.
So bringing up new people, like say, once you hire someone, and I'm in a big split. I'm not a broker company. I'm a team, so I'm asking a big split,
right?
From my team agent. And so you need to have a value. What are you giving for your agent? Because after, let's say, 6, 7, 8 months, they're starting to get successful. They know your business. Okay, no, you got a prospect. You got to do it. Do whatever. All of a sudden, they start to think, why do I need to be in this team? I can go myself, right? This is probably one of the main challenges there. I know all my people. I don't like to lock people into contracts, so I don't have any contract with my agent, so they can leave me anytime. So I need to have enough value for them. They should be able to stay in my company and not leave.
Right.
Like I said, we have 3 agents. Everybody's happy, but we did have in the past people they're starting to think, oh, maybe I should go out. So I need to encourage them. So we need to always have my values. So one of my main values that I have for my team is accountability. I'm a big fan of having accountable partner because I always tell my agents that Governor Hochul, New York, just passed a law that real estate agents is allowed to be 9 o'clock in the office. Usually agents, they come 11, 12, why not 9 o'clock? It's a regular full-time job. Come on. You got to be 9:00 in the office.
Right.
But the problem is when you don't have accountability, you don't get a W-2 salary.
Right.
Today you have a wedding, the other day you take your son to the dentist, so you always have excuses. So one of the things that I have with my agent, we have a very strictly accountable program with sheets that everybody needs to fill out when they're coming to the office, how many times they will prospect, how many cold calls they will do, how many door knocks they will do, how many showings, everything needs to be written down every day, and I'm looking it over. Every Sunday I'm meeting with all my agents for an hour, going over the past week, making goals, changing the goals. So I'm very, very accountable to them because I know if they said they're gonna do this and they don't do it, they're gonna get a phone call. They will get a message, hey, what's going on? I don't see you. It's 9:03. You're late. So people they feel that's one of a big value for someone. Even you can go yourself. You can do everything yourself. Like you can do it for sale by owner, right? You can sell your property yourself, but unfortunately you're not gonna make the same money. The same thing as being in a team. You might be able to do a good presentation. You can learn how I do it, but all of a sudden you're gonna start coming late in the office, not doing your calls. If you don't get, I have the old agent. Like I say, if someone I can see, I just had with agent this Sunday. I told them we didn't meet the last 2 Sundays because one day he was going shopping and blah blah blah. I told them, look at your sheet. You didn't do last week. You missed two days calls. You go down there. Do you want to be in the business? You got to shape up. Come on, right? So they really need to give accountability, like giving every Sunday. What did I did? What are my plans? If you want to, I'm not recruiting too much. Like I say, every seat costs me money, so they gotta produce. If you don't.
I love that. No, I think that's what's so great about being on a team is that you have that kind of accountability because it's so easy when people get into real estate, like they're like, oh, I'm like my own boss. I can do what I want. But the thing is like, what was it? Like 74% of agents didn't even do a deal last year. And that is like, because they're not getting down, doing the calls, whatever. They don't have somebody that is like, hey, like, so, did you do your dials today? Or like, are you meeting your goals? And that's the thing with prospecting and in real estate is like, if you're not making goals and if you're not, it's just a numbers game. If you're not doing those things, then you're not going to be successful. So as a team leader, you're like, okay, like you have to produce, you're costing me money. Let's go.
That's it. They really cost me money. I'm paying them. One of my team, we pay all the expenses, pictures, including the REDX. I paid off all my team. If you don't do your calls, why should I keep you?
Right.
Right.
Wow. Okay. So was it
another
before this account? Sorry, go ahead.
So a lot of things that's also like challenges. Like I say, you can have an agent do every day 100 calls. That's the minimal that I'm requesting from all my team members. At least 100 calls. Plus we go door knocking. We can talk about as well. But I tell my agent, look, I'm telling, I did the last 3 months. I did so many calls. I didn't get any new listings this month. Whatever. So that's one of the challenges. What I'm saying is time plus consistent equals success. Meaning to say, if you're going to put every day 1 hour, you're going to be consistent, not 2 weeks in a row, skip a week, 2 days. No, it's going to be consistent. It's going to fall in. And we went over, we almost went out the first quarter. So I showed them, listen, this 6-7 weeks, you were consistent, you got 5 contracts. I don't care buyers, sellers, from where they're coming, SPO, door knock. You did what you need to do, you have contracts. All of a sudden you start missing, you start to go shopping, coming late, the contract is not coming in. That's how things are happening. I don't know why. I think God made us. If you work, you have the money. If you don't work, you're not getting the money. So even people ask me, oh, you did 10,000 calls. How many listings did you get from 10,000 calls? I thought I can't pinpoint this listing is from this call, but I know I do my calls, I got my listings. I don't know. That's how the business works.
No, I love it. Like, and tell me, because I've talked to a lot of team leaders and like the hardest thing for them is to get their team members to prospect. So tell me, like, how has REDX helped you in that sense? And like what you've done to make sure, I mean, you say that you keep them accountable, but like talk to me about REDX and how you've used the platform with your team.
So actually, I love REDX. I probably sent you so many referrals, even with my old company. You got to have REDX.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I didn't make anything out of it. That's the best system I tried once one other company. I'm not sure if I should mention the name. I have like a 30-day trial, but it didn't work out. So basically what I'm using REDX is basically almost my full CRM. It's basically not only for sellers, anyone that calls in our office, calls my cell, call my agent, right away the admin, we're gonna send them a chat. The admin put it into a folder. So REDX is so good with folders, so we can have all type of folders. Every lead goes into REDX. So then we have, I'm following the Habit Guy system. You ever heard about Habit Guys?
Yes.
I was a student of him as well.
Oh.
So I'm following his 12 months prospecting follow-up system.
Yeah.
We have January, February, March, April. Every agent has a folder. Okay, this guy you got to call in January. This one you got to call February. We have a hot leads folder and a weekly folder. So everything It's like even a buyer calls in, we put him into address in REDX. We create prospect, put in his phone number, email, all the information. Everything is, I'm using everything REDX. REDX is basically my full CRM. One thing I'm still missing is to send out my new listings. We can't send out blast emails with REDX. I hope one day it will be. I'm sure
It's coming.
So this, I'm still using one CRM to just, like, everything needs to be added double just to be able to blast emails,
Right.
the MailChimp, whatever. But this is not just for marketing, but for me to say for follow-ups, for calling. I come into the office 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to get to my hot leads. All buyers, all sellers, all past clients. We always call every 3 months my past clients. So everything is in REDX.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the major problem was before teams, like I say, a lot of times my agents speak to a seller, but he's not tough to get the appointment. I should make the appointment, or so. Always used to send me a Google chat. Hey, Mr. Weiss, I spoke to this with the phone number. So it was very hard to communicate lead between the agents. Same thing is, a buyer calls in the office. Okay, you got to put them into other. So now with REDX Teams, it's a very, very good system. Basically, everybody has we have a folder. Everybody has their own folder, and in the folder, everybody has their own 12 months folder, and we can assign leads. For example, someone calls in my office. Whatever reason, I don't want to deal with them. A lot of times the buyers are sent to my team. I will assign them to a team member. I will put it into AB Brill's hot leads folder. And he comes in the morning, 9 o'clock, he checks his folder. Oh, you got 3 new leads. And the same things come when it comes to prospecting. A lot of times teams have challenges. Oh, everybody's calling the same for saleable owners, the same expires. Someone knocked on the door. So one of the things with the REDX team, so the rule of my team is if someone speaks to a client, someone picks up the phone, we have a normal conversation. Not that not pick up, they put in assign the name. That means no other agent will call them or go door knock. So it's their lead. So this is also very helpful. So we're not for REDX, the teams, we used to, someone called you from your company already. Don't go back. Like say if someone tell me take me off your list, the agent will update it. Nobody from my company will call them, right?
Right.
Very, very helpful, the system that everybody can go in. Oh, this property, this agent already spoke with, this agent already spoke with. So it's very, very helpful. The same thing, my admin can assign leads, put in notes. It's amazing. What should I tell you?
I love it. Yeah. And I think like you picture like a homeowner getting a bunch of calls from the same team, and they're probably like, come on guys, like getting frustrated, and then you potentially can lose out on deals that way. So I can see how just organizing that probably helps your team be more efficient. It helps them like, it's kind of like working like a sales team is you have leads, everyone has their own leads. If you've contacted this person, it's yours. And so I love that. How else has REDX Teams help your team be accountable? Have you used like the pulse stats to make sure?
Of course.
Talk to me about that.
Of course. So let's say that we have separate sheets in Google Sheets where everybody needs to update, but usually every day I will go into REDX, and the REDX now have with the teams, I can see every team member, how many calls they did, how many pickups he have, wherever. So I can send them a message and see, you only had 80 calls today. What happened? You need another 20. So of course I will look that over and over and tell them, look, I see. I think when it was on the test team, it didn't work well. So I start giving messages. Only we did, but now it's good. It's up to date. It's working. So if I see it's less than 100, they got a message.
Mm.
So it's also helpful.
Hey, I can see how many calls you've made.
Well, yeah, I can look it over. I can go pull it up. Hey, you're still missing 10 calls today. When is your plan? It's 1:30 now. When are you doing it?
I love that. Keeps everybody accountable. And instead of just like having to manually enter it into a spreadsheet, you can just go in and say like, all right, what has this agent done today? And you can see pretty easily from a dashboard. I love that.
It's automatic. REDX automatic. If you don't call, it's not going to go in.
Right. Exactly.
Sheets you need to update every day. Even we have sheets for other stuff, but this is like if you didn't do your calls, I'm going to know. I will look at I will see it automatic.
I love it. Awesome. So then talk to me a little bit about how, like, I kind of want to get into just like the impact that this has been on your life and business. Like how compared to when you first started in real estate, how is your business different now with a team? And talk to me about that.
That's a good question. So So a lot of people keep on asking me, do you want to go back to your old company? Do you love your new company?
Yeah.
What people ask is, do you like to be a business owner? So I always tell the people, like I say, I love my old company, but it's like a lot of people, they're saying, I don't know how to say it, but like I say, once you get married, the people say, hey, they want to be, they don't want to be married. So I always ask people, you don't want to go back, right? You love it. So it's their thing before. Of course, it's a lot of benefits is not to be married, but once you're married, you don't want to be back. So
That's
the
true.
same thing is with the business. Of course, I love my old company; it was good. But now, when you're a business owner, I don't want to be back because I'm basically this. I'm speaking to team leaders. When you got 3 team members, they're paying all your expenses, every money that they're bringing me in. Basically, it's like, of course, I tell for my agent that the seat costs me money, the real cost, because I pay rent, I pay whatever. But even I'm gonna be myself, I will need to have my admins as well. I will need to pay my rent. So it's just a benefit for me to have team agents. And of course, one of the benefits for myself is, if you want to be in a basement making calls, I'm not gonna do it. When I come out to the office and I see, hey, he's not ready, he's not doing calls, I'm getting motivated. I gotta do my calls. Come on. So this is one of the benefits that it changed my life. That I have accountability for 3 people to be successful. So I also need to be successful. I can't go on my couch and not doing my calls, because then my agent will go, hey, what's going on with you?
Right.
It's like a win-win situation. The team members enjoy it, the team leader enjoy it, and of course, when it comes to make money, it's all additional money flowing into my. I don't use my team. The money that I'm getting from my team, I put in a separate bank account. That's like my profit for working so hard.
I love that. They push you to be successful, and
Right.
yeah, because they're relying on you so that they can also be successful. I love that. So tell me, like, what are some achievements in your business, in your team, that you're proud of, that you've achieved?
One of the main thing I'm happy, we got one of my agents. He used to be a teacher. Teacher paycheck is around $40,000. So he did end up, his first year, he did end up with 60,000 net money in his pocket, net without expenses. Now his second year, he did get like almost 80, and he left his job, and he's not full time.
Oh, wow.
Not full time agent. Actually, even 25, he almost made more than a teacher. A lot of times, like I say, people, especially on this market, the rates are high. It's not so crazy busy.
Right.
So you might have an extra hour or whatever, but you still make more money than a teacher.
Yeah.
That's one of the big achievements, that I help people get a good salary, a good job.
Yeah, that's got to be really fulfilling, is you are
Right.
helping other people's like dreams come true, They're not living paycheck to paycheck as much and
Save up for a
struggling
down
like,
payment, buy a house, whatever.
yeah. I love that. Okay, so is there any other personal milestones or anything that has come as a result of your success? Anything else that you want to share just about being a team leader that you've seen, and how REDX Teams has helped you? Anything else before we sign off today?
Like I said, the main goal that people, like I say, we gotta have big goals and just dream. It's always start with the dream. Like I say, I dream for a secretary, and when you have a dream in your mind, I'm just going for it. I'm gonna get there. Even I know I'm not the number one in my county yet. I'm gonna get there.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta be big goals, and they gotta be consistent.
I love that. I think that's what I heard from you today the most, is like, you got to be consistent, and you have to make goals, and you have to keep track of them, and then make sure that someone is keeping you accountable. And so whether you're a team leader, whether you want to be a team leader, or you're a part of a team, like, you got to be accountable. You got to find people that are going to push you to be successful. And I love that. Like the person who was working part-time in real estate and needed a push, needed some help, and then they got it. And I love that. So thank you so much, Yisroel, for coming on and sharing like what you've experienced with REDX, and just like starting a team. That's not easy, and it's awesome to see that you've been successful, and that you still have such big goals to continue growing. So I love that.
Yeah, thank you for REDX for helping me. Like I say, I'm with REDX 5 years, and it's the best program ever. Like I say, it's so flexible. You can customize yourself everything. It's amazing.
I'm so glad that it has helped your team be successful and be accountable and all of the things that it's done for you. So I love it. Thanks for sharing your story. And thanks everybody for watching this podcast. Of course,
Yes, thank you very much.
Find us. Yes, you can find us on redx.com/podcast to see our other recordings and all of that stuff. And we'll see everybody same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.